All right, we are testing. Hopefully, we do have enough speed to be able to pull this off. And just in case I do, um, we're going to say a little something. We just ain't going to come up and say 1, 2, 1, 2, tap the microphone and all that. We're gonna say something. And if it goes through, good. If not, I'm always going to come back up here. I'm just trying to get things right and send these shares out real quick. But I just need to make sure that my speed is right. If my speed is right, then I won't be lagging, looking like a kung fu movie, saying one thing, my lips moving another way, images late. I couldn't get none of that right because of the power outages, the internet outages, and when everything came back, it had reset all my settings back to nothing. So hopefully this gets right. I'm going to send these shares out, and we're going to kick it on Freedman Media Wednesday afternoon, right before 1 p.m. Eastern Time.
This revolution is filled with so many ironies, really. First, you tell us that it is manly to keep your word, right? If you are a man, you keep your word. And now all of the black people in this country are demanding, and even the black people in the whole world are demanding, is that you keep your word. You told us we were free. Well, then show us that we're free. You told us that there is justice, equality for all in this country. Well, then stick to your word and let us see the justice and equality for all. Or else admit to us that you're not a man, you're a worm, you're afraid of us, you're afraid to give us equal stand. You're afraid that if you give us equal ground, that we will match you and we will override you.
can kill all the black folks you want to, baby. But you will not kill the freedom of black folks. It's coming. We're going to get it. We fought every one of your damn lousy wars, baby, and you give us nothing. Now, the war is going to be here, but we're going to be free. Now, you kill you want to, but we kill too.
What's good, family? What's good? Oh, you're welcome, Wendy. Sorry about that. I wish somebody happy birthday and they just hit me back. Power outages brought Freeman Media down, at least in the studio. I did a couple streams in the car while we didn't have power, but we're back up, and hopefully I am going to be audibly correct. I don't know if I can ever be visually correct, but I am audibly correct. What's up, Riri? What's up, Shanna? But I'm literally just testing this out. But if I'm gonna open the mic, I'm gonna say something. You know, I'm not just gonna come up here and just test the mic and testing 1 2 1 2. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you not hear me? No, I ain't gotta do all that. If I'm gonna take the time to put the stream together, I'm gonna take the time to put a message out there. So that's just what I do. And before I really get into what I'm talking about today, I want to send a shout out to this young brother who I don't believe I had the opportunity to coach him. I may be mistaken, because all the kids back then, had so many different nicknames, this, that, and the other. Been a minute. Fatex, has been a minute. I've had this probably about 2 months now. Got it somewhere right near the beginning of the year. It was just time I had to do it. My voice was being held captive, in the other microphones that I was using, and I needed something to really bring me out a little bit more thorough. So this is something that I'm more used to quality-wise from a broadcasting perspective. So I had to go with this, and hopefully it sounds good. I'm doing the best I can, and hopefully it's emphasizing, me a little bit more. But yeah, this young brother, KJ, he grew up in the area where I'm at, and he played junior football for the junior football team that I coached. But I don't remember the actual years, if I coached him or not, if he was just, he's one of the kids, but he saved a man's life on Sunday, saved a man's life. This should have been national news. This should have been international news. As much as they want to put things out about Ja Morant, this should have been international news. And I'm not sure exactly why it's not international news. I'm not sure why it's not national news. I'm not sure why it's not regional news. Why did I have to find this online? That he actually saved a man's life, pulled a man from a burning car. Now, this is an NFL. I believe he's on his way to being a superstar. He's already a star in the NFL. I think he's acquired his star. He had a great year this past year. And even though there is another receiver that they would consider probably the star, I felt like they couldn't have won a few games without KJ this past year. But I'm proud of this young man for stepping outside of himself, because truly, this wasn't just him stepping outside of himself. This time, he's always stepped outside of himself. He's always been a pillar in his community. As a young man, he is looked at around here as a hero. And if he is not looked at and revered as a hero, not just for being a football player, but coming up out of the circumstances that he came up out of, because he was raised in a good home, but he could have went anyway. Being raised in a good home doesn't mean anything anymore. You can go whatever direction you want to go after you grown. But KJ kept it together. And shout out to Val for raising a solid youngin'. Shout out to all the men in his life for being, insulators and making sure. And like I said, I don't know if I coached on the teams when he was in the program or not. But, I know all the guys that I coach with, they talk about coaching them. So I must have been there. But I really wasn't one of those guys who knew every kid's name. I was a coach that I made sure all the kids got their plays in, and they came off the field hurt or their pads were jacked up. I made sure that their equipment was always right. All that stuff was always more important to me than just the X's and O's, because you get caught up in the X's and O's in Little League and you kind of lose sight of what you're really out there for. And you're really out there to be a pillar to those youngins, to be character builders to those youngins, and to make sure that they're learning how to do things the right way. So where I am now, no longer in the coaching realm, don't know if I'll ever get back out there again, but I am in a realm where I have to be able to teach youngins. And I've learned a lot today, I tell you, and dealing with some folks, dealing with some parents, dealing with some other people in the community about a situation happening in Ann Arbor Public School System. I've been enlightened, and, I've got to carry out, some duties with that soon. But the main thing is that I wanted to make sure that I get this platform back up, because getting it back up on its feet, I've got to start to be able to reach out to the people that are in the community, and I want them to come forth and have a voice. What's up, Tyrone? What's up, Free? Appreciate that, Free. So my thing is making sure, like I said, this stream has to go up the right way. It's got to go up the right way. I've got to get my audio back. I've got to get, and hopefully I set everything back to where it was before, because that's nerve-wracking to me to have bad quality. I see people with podcasts, they got microphones in front of them. Microphones ain't on. The microphones ain't, operable. I'm not talking about on like they made a mistake. They didn't turn them on. They're not even plugged in anything. Or when they do get microphones turned on, the audio quality's bad, the video quality's bad, but I'll still sit there and listen to it because I want to hear what the message is. Sometimes the message is worth listening to. A lot of times it's not. But I'm not a critic without actually viewing things. I know people critique me because they may have seen me for years in my car and this, that, and the other, and I was smoking and I was cussing and I was doing all this. But see, when all that stopped and I got in the studio, didn't nobody say nothing. You're like, how come he ain't doing all that cussing no more? How come he ain't doing all that smoking no more? What's wrong with that boy? No, I didn't get in church, y'all. I didn't get in church. I'm not in church. This is church. So what you got to do, you got to understand, this is church. This is service every day. I know I do a Sunday service when I can get Sunday service up nowadays, but I do a Sunday service, and that to me is church. But this is service every time I open the mic. I need it to be service. I need the message to come through loud, clear, and obviously when I got slides up like KJ, I need everything to be visual. I need it to be right. Need to be no blurs, everything. I want you to see everything that I got going. Okay, because it's something where you can put it out there, but put it out there the right way. That's a whole different ball game. And boy, I tell you, these clowns, when they was on that Edmund Pettus bridge, oh my God, they rolled Jesse out there. Who the hell was pushing Jesse? Dead weight. Jesse Dead Weight Jackson. Al Sharpton, he looked like he about to go. Joe about to go. They all about to die. It was really Bloody Sunday that day. Just dry Bloody Sunday. What was going on that bridge? And why do they keep marching on the Edmund Pettus Bridge? Why do they keep doing it? Nothing has moved forward. Nothing has moved. Look, let me just go ahead and jump right into it. Ain't no point. Shout out to KJ Osborne, saving a man's life, protecting a man from harm, putting himself in harm, okay, and putting his career at risk, putting his ability to be able to take care of his family for the next several generations at risk. Shout out to that youngin' for looking outside of himself, okay? That's a beautiful thing, and it's not lauded enough for when these young men do things like this, but they want to have every single newscast talk about Ja Morant, but they don't want to talk about KJ, okay? They don't want to talk about KJ, but they'll talk about Ja Morant every day, all day. But KJ ain't getting no pub. So I'm giving him some pub on Freedman Media. About 13, 14 people going to see this. Hopefully they share the video, and hopefully they'll share it. And at that point, now we got about 42 people looking at the video. All right, we good. We good. So, yeah, let me jump right to this. This is where I'm pissed off because they keep wanting to do all this stuff, marching on the Edmund Pettus Bridge. Nah, how about this? How about this right here? What we going to do here? We're going to get another park, y'all. We're going to get another part. Let me go ahead and take this down. Selflessly, I'm sorry. We're going to take this down. I'm going to take my own banner down so y'all can see this. Look at this. Tyre Nichols may have a skate park named after him in his honor in Sacramento. For one, Tyre Nichols wasn't in Sacramento. Let's start there. And what is a skate park being named after him in his honor gonna do about cops that kill citizens? I just want to know how those two things tie in together. You've got Tyre Nichols, who was murdered by 5 police officers, who had several other police officers stand by, who had fire people, EMTs, all stand by and watch him be murdered. What does that have to do with the skate park being named after him in Sacramento? I just need to know that. I need to know that. That's all I want to know. That's all I want to know. Because, see, when you have situations like this, this is what makes everybody think that it's just okay. It's just okay. They get killed, we name a park after them. They get killed, we get a statue. They get killed, we name a school after them. They get killed, we name a street after them. And you're right, Free. That says may. That's not even a definite. That says may have a skate park named after him. They didn't say definite. They just put the possibility out there. They just put the possibility out there. They playing spades with Tyre Nichols' name. They just put a 2 and a possible out there. Well, since he was killed, how about 5 and a possible? Because that's where he was killed. He's killed by 5 people. 5 individuals killed him, and now they're thinking about naming a skate park after him in Sacramento. How come they ain't thinking about naming something after him in Memphis? How come his name ain't coming up in Memphis? What's going on there? What's going on there? Unfortunately, at the unveiling, Tyre won't be there to round about on his skateboard, you know? Usually when you name something after somebody, they cut the tape. You know, they cut the tape. They have the golden shovel out there. They dig the dirt. They're not going to be able to do that with Tyre because Tyre is dead. Tyre was murdered by 5 police officers, thanks to CJ Davis. She's culpable too. She didn't hit Tyre one time that day, but she's culpable. She's the most culpable. Outside of the miscreants who killed him, she is the most culpable. Scorpion Unit. The Scorpion Unit. Why would you name a police unit the Scorpion? Aren't scorpions deadly? Scorpions are a deadly beast. Why would you name a police unit after a deadly beast? Why would you do that? Has anybody ever asked CJ that? Why'd you name them the Scorpions? Why are a lot of these police task force named dogs? Red dogs, black dogs, blue dogs, whatever. Why are they dogs? They're rabid dogs. You put them in a position to kill, to brutalize, to assault. And they murdered this kid in cold blood in the middle of the street, and nobody stopped it. Nobody stepped in and said, hey, that's enough. Hey, he's had enough. They all stood around and did nothing. Now, like I said, we 20 minutes in, and if anybody's sitting in here and listening to me warble and wobble and have my mouth looking like a kung fu movie and stuff, y'all crazy as hell. If this stream ain't tight and these slides ain't tight, y'all need to be saying something so I can shut this down. Don't have me out here thinking it's just me and I'm just rolling along and I'm not. I need to know that I'm tight up in here. In my mind. I don't need it to be just in my mind today. All right. I need this to be tight. I need this to be as tight as that suit that Lizzo pulled down before she started blowing her flute a couple days ago. What was that about? Just when I was about to give her credit for wearing more clothes, for being more respectable, she pulls out her flute and pulls her pants down and starts twerking while she's playing the flute. There's no hope. There's absolutely no hope. Appreciate you, Tyrone. I trust your opinion. Appreciate you. Thanks, Free. But I'm looking at this type of situation continuing to happen, and it's going to continue to happen. They're going to keep killing us. They're going to keep naming stuff after, or may name stuff after us. I got to stop saying definite, because they may not name that park after him. We got a park right here in Ann Arbor, Michigan. They don't know what the name should be. They don't know what to name it, but they won't name it Ara Rosser, who was wrongfully killed in her doorway by the Ann Arbor police. They could name it the Ara Rosser Park. End of story. Ain't nobody debating it. Nobody's contesting that they could name that park Ara Rosser, but how come nobody's doing it? Because they're going to keep killing us with impunity until we get rid of qualified immunity. I didn't mean for that to rhyme, but it did sound kind of smooth. It is what it is. It is what it is. So, where I'm at right now, we've got to get a lot of these clowns up out of here. Political clowns, appointed clowns, law enforcement clowns. We just got to stop the circuses. We got a lot of circuses going on around here. And I'm going to touch on some things in my next cast. I'm just gathering all the information. We got a situation going on here at Pathways High School, which is the alternative high school in Ann Arbor, Michigan. And we used to have Roberto Clemente, but now we've got Pathways. And Pathways is the alternative school for kids. It's basically the last step. If you don't make it at Pathways, they put you out on the street. Real talk. Let's call it what it is. I ain't one here to sit here and mince words on nothing. Okay. But if you can't make it at Pathways, you hitting the bricks. But the way Pathways is being ran right now is more like a holding cell for jailers. Okay? If you're gonna get to jailing in your adult life, they can start you out at Pathways, because that's the way they're treating kids over there. And I'm not saying that all these kids deserve that type of treatment. The ones who may deserve that type of treatment aren't getting it, and the ones who don't deserve that type of treatment are getting it, but nobody's saying anything. From the top down, from the superintendent down, nobody's saying anything. And I'm just gathering information, gathering names, gathering positions to make sure that I have all the facts before I distribute it on Pathways. But when I do distribute it on Pathways, trust me, I'm going to be locked and loaded. I'm going to be locked and loaded. And they may cut me like they cut me a couple of days ago when I started talking about Gretchen and Dana. When I started talking about Gretchen and Dana and the child migrant workers in the state of Michigan, they don't want to hear that. But I'm a little insulated now. I'm going through another server. I'm not right on the book. I'm not right on IG or Twitter or YouTube. They got to come find me. They want to cut this stream off. They got to come find it. So hopefully they ain't got no pull at StreamYard. Let's hope. Let's hope. So it is what it is, you know. But to all the people that's out here doing wrong, thinking you fooling the people by acting like you're doing right, it's time.
Now go home and get your fucking shine box.
Oh, yeah, it's time.
Now go home and get your fucking shine box.
See, y'all been cutting a fool out here. And once again, let it be known, I don't care about no group, okay? I don't care about no group. I don't care about no group. I don't care about no gang. I don't care about no felons. I don't care about no citizens, okay? Y'all can do what y'all gonna do. Y'all can fool anybody y'all gonna fool. That's up to y'all. Who I'm coming after is the corruption. So I'm always gonna come after now you might be part of the corruption, but you a fly on my wall. People are like, how come you're not talking about them? How come you're not talking about them? Because they're flies on my walls. I swat flies, okay? I swat flies. But I'm also a fisherman, and I'm going for the big fish. And the big fish are in government, city government, county government, township governments. I'm going for all of them. That's who I'm going for. Now we looking at the Ann Arbor public school system because they got some bullshit happening up in there too. So we going after corruption. We're going after people that are put in places to where they should be helping and they're not helping. So they got to get got. That's it. I just noticed Hey, look, I just be pulling hoodies out now because I be finding some of my stuff since I did a whole lot of like bulk washing. And a lot of my hoodies that I was wearing before, I don't wear as much anymore. I just wear my plain black ones. I found my publicly black one. My publicly black hoodie. I'm going to start wearing this a little bit more. I'm going to make sure it's always clean when y'all see me. But my publicly black hoodie, you know, it means something to me. And there's little fist inside of all the letters. The actual fist is my fist. It's my fist that they digitized and put inside of all the letters. Publicly black. I am absolutely Brother Richard. Yes, I am. But I'm an American freedman. See, I'm not just a black man. I'm an American freedman. They gave black to everybody else. They gave black to Kamala. They gave black to Barack. They gave black to every light-skinned, dark-skinned individual in the country that ain't got no roots here, ain't got no bones buried on this soil. So I can't be black no more. I got to be what I am classified as legally in the Constitution. I am a freedman. And I can be blackity black, black, black all day long. I can be blackity black, black, black all day long. But please understand, I'm an American freedman first. But I'm not an African American. I'm definitely not an African American. Okay? But I am an American freedman. I'm always going to be an American freedman. They can't take that away from me. They can't minimize that. They can't make me a minority. They can't make me a POC. They can't make me a BIPOC. I'm an American freedman. I rode with African American for a lot of years. And to me, now I look at African American, they was just calling me nigga. That's all they was calling me the whole time. They was just calling me nigga, 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 nigga. That's all they was calling me. But where I'm at now, mentally, spiritually, physically, that's what's killing everybody. Where I am physically is crazy because I am so much healthier than I was 10 years ago. 10 years ago, I went under the knife to change my life, and I am here. I am here. Over 200 pounds kept off this abundant frame beautifully. We healthy. I can run around with a 3-year-old, a 7-year-old. Like my youngest grandson, he almost won. I'm going to be chasing him around in a minute. Because I'm here. I'm still doing my thing. My voice is strong. My voice is so much stronger than it was 10 years ago, man. My voice is so much stronger than it was 10 years ago. So much stronger. And it's only because I made that change. I made that all day, all night. All day, all night, brother. Absolutely. But where I see Tyre Nichols and this skate park is another slap in the face of American freedmen. It's a slap in the face. But see, when you see this, this is the other thing that's a problem. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Huh? Look at that. I'm lighting up for you, Brother Richard. In honor of Brother Richard hanging out on the stream, I'm lighting up for him. Former Atlanta fire chief suggests slavery was part of God's plan for America. Really? Really? You really think that God said, you know what? Put 246 calendars on their ass, beat them, break them, rape them, kill them, enslave them, and that's what I want. Really? Really? That's the way this is looking for you, bro? And I'm going to call you bruh, and it ain't bro. You're going to be bruh. Because there's two kind of bros. There's like bruh, like, what up, bro? And then there's like bruh, like nigga. I'll say bruh instead of nigga. Former Atlanta fire chief. You got to understand, he was elevated. He had been elevated. He was the fire chief of the city of Atlanta. And this is what he thought about Black Americans. This is where he placed American freedmen in his heart. And he was the top fireman in Atlanta.
Where are we going, folks? Who are we appointing? Who are we electing? Who are we putting in places of elevation nowadays? It's what I want to know. People like this are cancerous. Cancerous. How do they get to these positions of elevation? Suggests that slavery was part of God's plan. Really? Really, dog? Really? Okay. Okay. So that means the people that around him who promoted him, who promoted him? The mayor, the mayor, the police chief, the police commissioner, all the people that are around him, they looked like him. So what did they think? What did they think? Did they think that he was going to drop this bomb one day? I mean, did he come into his interview with a dashiki on and then all of a sudden he switched up on him one day? Or was his thinking always like this? Oh, yeah. Oh, you getting tested in Atlanta. You getting tested in Atlanta. Brother Richard, please understand that. Random drops, too. Random drops. They'll let something like this come in that's way more deadly than cannabis. He's way more poisonous than cannabis. Cannabis can't hurt you. I told people the only way you can overdose on cannabis is if you smoke 100 pounds in an hour. That's the only way you can overdose on cannabis. Straight flower, 100 pounds. You can overdose by inhaling a concentrate, but you know how much concentrate you'd have to overdose on? You'd have to inhale. It's impossible. You can't overdose on something that's natural. Now, you put some junk in it. I know some of y'all like to put a little something in y'all cannabis. Y'all like to sprinkle something on y'all marijuana. I know. You can OD on that, but you can't just OD on cannabis. And I smoke sticky of the icky. Yes, I do. I smoke sticky of the icky, and I'm not overdosing. Trust me. Plus, I know the cultivator. You know, I know the person that put it in the soil, cut it, everything. I know that. I don't go to these dispensaries. These dispensaries, look, Walmart's for weed. Walmart's for weed. Stop clowning, Richard. Stop clowning. I don't smoke weed. I smoke cannabis. I smoke cannabis. But where are you talking? We lose our way with situations like this. With situations like this brings down the morale ridiculously. It does. How can you actually put your lips together to say it was God's plan for America? You in Atlanta, bruh. You in Atlanta. We do not need corporate weed. This game was not meant for big box institutions, organizations, whatnot. This is supposed to be for the people. This is where the people were supposed to be able to make their gains. The people were supposed to be able to make their gains with their yields. Instead, they're losing. They're losing. Yeah. We're losing. We're losing in the stores, y'all. Hopefully y'all understand what's out here. Hopefully y'all understand. Now, I took this picture literally as a symbol because this picture is not a store where there was no items anymore. There was just cleared out. But I hadn't found an area where the shelves were totally empty. But if you are going to the grocery stores on a regular basis, you are seeing that the items in these stores are not as plentiful as once were. What's happening is they're stretching out the inventory throughout a lot of stores, and you may find the same item in different parts of the store. I found that in a couple grocery stores. I found that in a couple pharmacies because the supply is not meeting the demand. And they're having to stretch the inventories out to keep the stores from looking like this. That's what's happening out here. They are literally making sure that they make the stores look full, even though there's not nearly as much product in the stores as it used to be. Absolutely. The more they hold those products back, the more in demand they are, that when they do hit the stores, you won't even notice that the price increase happened. You won't even notice that they jacked this up 30 cents, that they jacked this up 50 cents. You won't even notice that a half a gallon of orange juice is no longer a half a gallon. Go look at the orange juice and see if you don't see 52 ounces on the jug. It used to be 64. Now it's 52. You might find one at 59, but it ain't 64. I tell you that right there. It ain't 64. And please like this video, share this video. This is a message, even though it's a test. That was really my test anyway. That was my test. I knew I was going to come up. And so once somebody said, yeah, you right, you on, I knew I was going to stay up anyway. I already told you I wasn't coming to be, hey, man, is this thing on? Is this thing on? No, I don't need to do all that. We don't need to be there. I know I got lookers. I know I got people who not going to like it based on who they are in their life, but that's okay. I'm just letting you know, put all your people on point that's out here clowning, shucking, and jiving and bullshitting. Let them know.
Now go home and get your fucking shine box.
I'm on that. I'm on that right there. I'm on that.
Now go home and get your fucking shine box.
That's what I'm on right now. That's where I'm going to be. Yeah, you want to talk about paying more for less? Paying more for less, Brother Richard? I got something for you. You want to talk about insulting? Yeah, let's kick this back up a taste and look at this. This is insulting. This is insulting right here. Female Walmart employee goes viral due to her backside. Female Walmart employee goes viral due to her backside. Come on now. Come on now. Young women, they don't want to be objectified. They don't want men catcalling them. They don't want men looking at them like they some type of sex objects. But you got female Walmart workers going viral because of their big asses now.
In my mind.
See, y'all want to make it think like it's in my mind. I know.
In my mind.
But it ain't in my mind. See, I'm a father. Nah, fuck that. I'm a daddy. I'm a daddy. Okay? Let's come on back up with it. I'm not a father. Nah, I'm not a father. I'm a daddy. I'm a daddy and I'm a granddaddy of girls, females, individuals that I protect with my life. I protect them with my life. I've given up more for these girls that have come across my path in my life, biologically and not biologically, than I ever would for anybody else. Why? Because they needed me. I ain't never did nothing for a child, especially a female child. I had girls, I produced girls, but then I entered into relationships that had daughters. And I came across young ladies who had daughters, coached young ladies, young men who had daughters. So where I am in this world, I've always had a special kinship with young ladies. And when I see stuff like this, when I see embarrassing, insulting, degrading stuff like this, we going viral now because of the size of our butts. Real shit, Richard. Butts are beautiful. Ain't nothing like a big brown round. But no pun intended, I think these young ladies have much more to do than to be concerning themselves about going viral with their blue vest. Don't they understand that young girls now gonna put on a baseball mitt and stick their booty out so they can go viral? I mean, how old are these young ladies anyway? When I look at them, they really don't look like they're that old themselves. Maybe just out of the teen years. That one on the right looks like she could be a teenager. I don't know where this Walmart is, nor do I care. And I guess because they standing in front of barrels of baseballs, that's why they got the baseball mitts on. I would have hoped they would have said, you know what? These are two college softball players, and they're just showing off the display at the Walmart that they work at. No, they're going viral because of their backside. Because of their backside. Come on now. And this is what they're putting out there? This is what they're putting out there? Going viral because of their backsides. So there probably are other pictures that I'm not going to go looking for that I didn't even look up. All I did was screenshot at this. I don't want to read the article. I don't need to read it. This is not something that I need to do research on. Simply because I know that it's true and it happened and went down. That's all I need to know. Because if it's not, you'd have seen them in a press conference with a lawyer talking about we suing Walmart for $100 million for making up this fake ad. Yep. But it's true. And it's an unfortunate situation. It's an unfortunate situation. Yeah, we ain't got nothing to be thankful about for baseball season. That only reason I'm happy about baseball season, my grandson's going to play. I'd rather see the 7-year-olds play than the Detroit Tigers. I'll tell you that. I think this is Miggy's last year, so I might watch a game or two. Maybe I'll watch opening day and I'll watch, I don't know. Hopefully he gets selected to the All-Star game and then, go ahead and retire. But there ain't no reason for me to watch Detroit Tigers. I'm not feeling it. Not feeling it at all. We absolutely need hoses. We have no hoses out here anymore. Did you see that Max Scherzer and Justin Verlander are about to be pitching together again? Just think if we could have kept Max and Justin here. We keep Max and JV here and add everybody around them that we need to. Oh, my goodness. No, they went somewhere else and won. It's a damn shame. Damn shame. Uh-oh, what Roland Martin done did? What he done did? He talking about Chris Rock. I'm not going to talk about Chris Rock on Freeman Media other than right here, right now. Raggedy. I mean, I just look at it as raggedy. I felt like what Will did was raggedy, but I felt like what Chris had did was raggedy for years before. Chris been trolling Jada and really kind of Will a little bit because he's trolling Jada for almost 2 decades. He's been saying jokes about Jada Pinkett or Jada Pinkett Smith for almost 20 years. It just finally came to a head and it came to a bad head. Now it's become a monetary head. So it is what it is. But anybody that's in support of what he did in his white suit, in front of his white audience, on his white-owned network, he got the green money. I get it. But at some point, this is just another thing that, like, we can't keep 2 multi-millionaires in sync. How we gonna get in sync? This is what Black America has to look at. These are looked at as 2 strong, powerful black men out here. Chris Rock, Will Smith. But look at them. They slapping each other and cussing about each other in their respective ways. That's crazy. That's all it is. That's all it is. Rich people. That's why I can't get into really caring about celebrity and their ills. They got way different problems than I got. So I can't get into them in their situations. But to speak on Chris Rock and Will Smith extensively. It's crazy. At this point, it's like, it's not even, yeah, he's something like that. Yeah, he's something like that. So it is what it is. But this is embarrassing. It's insulting, but it was done voluntarily. So I really have to just speak to the spirit of these young ladies. Ask them why would they put themselves out there like that. This is digital. This is forever. Your kids are going to see this. Your grandkids are going to see this. And they going to know that you went viral because you had a big ass. That's why you went viral. That's why you were, Grandma, did you play softball? Nah, baby. I just put that mitt on because I had a big old booty. And they liked it. And they loved it and they followed it and they commented on it. Oh, so what'd they do? Did they make you the manager of the store? Did you end up buying Walmart? No, baby. Nope, they didn't get nothing. I bet you they don't even get a raise. They don't even get a raise for all that free advertising they get in Walmart. They probably didn't even give them those baseball mitts that they're holding. You get nothing for being a clown. You get nothing for being a Sambo. You get absolutely nothing. Sambos and mammies. Sometimes we have the Sammy and Mammy show. The Sammy and Mammy show. Where I'm looking at right now, I don't see any way that we can move forward by doing things like this. And I'm not going to say that the dominant society doesn't do their share of whoredom. I mean, after all, there's the Kardashians. They have their share of whoredom. I get it. I get it. But the need to make notice about their derrieres, I don't see where the significance comes in at. I just don't. But I tell you what, you're lacking this. You're lacking this. If you posing for shots like that, you lacking this. Yes, you are. Anybody that poses for a picture like that, they daddy really wasn't in their life like that. They daddy wasn't in their life. Like, you missing the point. All the Kardashians, yeah, they all got plastic booties. I get it. But what about the people? What about the people on our side? With the BBLs. You hear about the people that went to Mexico? They said that girl was going down there to get a BBL and got ran up out of Mexico and her friends got killed. 4 Americans to Mexico, 2 get killed, 2 got ran back. That's how we doing it out here, y'all? First there's Shanquilla. Now we got Mexicans just murdering us when we come across the border. That's what's popping down in Mexico. And you don't see no sense of urgency by Joe Biden to do nothing about Shanquilla. Now I want to see what he going to do about these youngins. 2 of them got killed, brutalized and killed, and then 2 of them got ran back. Yeah, okay. Talking about they thought they might have been mistaken identity for some human trafficking ring. What? 4 Negroes from South Carolina. Human trafficking ring? Really? 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 Okay. Got it. Yeah, this is where I'm at on that one.
Bueller.
He's sick.
Yeah, he's sick. That's crazy as hell. What are they talking about? 4 people go to Mexico driving, cross the border. As soon as they get over there, they get murked. 2 of them get murked. 2 of them get ran up out. but they were mistaken identity. So if they thought it was some type of rival human trafficking suspect to the people that killed him, how come y'all ain't got all them people that killed him? Y'all know who it was. If y'all suspicious of who they might have been, then why haven't you captured who did the deed? Who was they rivaling? This girl went down there to get her booty fixed. I don't know why anybody else went down there. I think it was 3 dudes and a woman. I think it was 3 dudes and a woman. And the one woman went down there to get her booty fixed. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Haitian smugglers. Haitian smugglers. Didn't they run the Haitians out of here? So they thinking they Haitian coming from South Carolina. She went down there to get a booty fixed. You just keep that booty right where you need to keep it, Sister Yvette. And it's good to see you back above ground on that. You ain't missed nothing. I ain't had no power. And I ain't had no internet. So I ain't had no internet speed. So you ain't missed nothing. I got a couple streams from Facebook. I don't know if you catch those or not. But hopefully we'll get back on here and start getting back to where we need to be. Haitian smugglers. So wow. Oh yeah. We just had somebody get knocked with 18,000 fentanyl pills. 18,000. I don't know if that's a lot or not. I really don't. I ain't never been in the fentanyl business. I ain't looking to get in it. But he had 18,000 fentanyl pills. That's crazy. He's probably never going to see the light of day. Probably never, ever going to see the light of day. There needs to be some cash bail for him. I think he did get a bail, though. I think he got a bail. He's like $1 million or something like that, which he might have. If he's got 18,000 fentanyl pills, he might be able to post bond. He might be able to post bond. So they got to watch that. They got to watch that. If I talked about everything that I was going to talk about, because I'm closing in on an hour, I don't want to keep y'all longer than 60 minutes. Cartel's big business now flooding in California. Yeah. Look, y'all not just getting regular Mexicans. Y'all not just getting regular Mexicans. Y'all not just getting regular immigrants in California. Y'all getting highly connected cartel members in California. I be on it. I be watching it. I'm like, wait a minute. Those just aren't people coming over and hoping for a good life, trying to get a quick job so they can put some food on the table, work their way up off the shelter. Y'all getting well-connected cartel people, and they coming in, living in affluent areas. Right off the rip. Right off the rip. Here, they'll catch a shelter, catch a trailer, catch a stick built, then start building houses by year 3, year 4 here. Y'all getting people coming over the border that are connected already. They coming in. They're like, man, what are you talking about, paperwork? Man, get out of my face with that. Get out of my face with that. They be at the dealership within 30 days, picking them out. And we need a minivan. We need a minivan. We need a minivan too. Yeah. Okay. Whatever. So that's crazy. I'm going to end on this because I could go all day on this shit. Okay? I could go all day on this, but we not. I'm going to end on this. Okay. Colorado woman faces no jail time for statutory rape. She's pregnant by a 13-year-old boy. She's pregnant by a 13-year-old boy. What was that lady's name? Mary Kay Letourneau, Mary Sue Letourneau. Wasn't she the first one? She had little Pedro or something. This is that all over again, ain't it? Wasn't her name Letourneau? Something. Yeah. And it's still happening today. Faces no jail time for statutory rape. Pregnant with a 13-year-old boy. By a 13-year-old boy. Sorry. Are you crazy? Are you crazy? I mean, you're supposed to be there. And was she a teacher? I don't know. Was this at a school? I don't even know this story. Yeah, that's right. They had 2 babies. Yeah, she didn't stop. She had 1. They got married and everything. Yeah. "13-year-old boy." I don't know the relationship. These are things that get sent to me. And all I do is check out the fact that it actually happened. So I don't know how they met. But I know they got entangled. And she raped a 13-year-old boy and ain't going to do 1 day of jail time. Not going to do 1 day. How did they deem her not fit for jail? She raped a 13-year-old boy. If this is a man and he rapes a 13-year-old girl, and let's just say the 13-year-old girl says that it was consensual, not forced, but consensual, a 13-year-old girl can't make that choice. A 13-year-old girl can't make that choice with a grown-ass, old-ass man. And I don't even know how old she is, but she too old. She ain't 18. She well over 20. I'd like to know what her age is. I don't know what her age is. But she should get a year for every year she's older than him. Every year she's older than the 13-year-old boy, they need to give her a calendar behind bars. Give her a big cell since she's having a baby. Fuck all that. So where I'm needed in this world is to be clear, sometimes concise, but you know I'm an overtalker, a little long-winded, but hey, it's my shit, so I can talk as long as I want. And I need to have the message. I need to have the message be right. And if I can't have the message to be right, I don't need it at all. The mother of the victim told him that she's not happy with the deal offered to a woman and says she's ruined her son's life. Absolutely. Oh, she flipped it on him. He 13, she 31. Yeah. She need to do 18 years. 18 years minimum. For every calendar she's older than him, give her 18. No state time, all fed time, no good behavior. Give it to her. 18 years. Oh, you know what? That'll just be about the time her kid will be graduating from high school. She can live her whole child's life behind bars because she raped another child. What's good for the goose is good for that ass. Shit. So they want the baby. You know what? He got his blood. He got his blood. She needs to have that baby delivered to his mama ASAP. She don't deserve to raise that child. And God damn it, she gets some child support. See, this is the kind of case where he'll go to jail for not paying child support. Yeah. He'll go to jail for not paying child support. Impregnating a 31-year-old when he was 13. Yeah. They'll lock him up. In 5 years, he can go to jail for not paying child support. Or maybe he could be obligated to pay child support even as a minor. I got my check. I got my check from McDonald's. How much you want? How much you want? So it is what it is. What about the parents? The parents. You're coming in on Facebook. So they're already talking on YouTube. The family's looking to get custody. I know if you're on Facebook, you might not be able to see the YouTube comments. Oh, he's going to jail. He's going to jail right off rip. Right off rip. As he should. A 31-year-old man and a 13-year-old girl going to jail. The parents want custody, yeah. And if she's not being obligated to go to jail, they're probably going to give her full parental rights, and she'd probably be able to go to friend of the court and be like, this is my baby daddy. This is his school picture. He's in that class right there. Yeah, okay. Fuck out of here. You can't put a car seat on a dirt bike. Sorry. She needs to go to jail. She needs to go to jail for a long time. Long time. Is that a marijuana leaf on her medallion? Is that a marijuana leaf? She's got a tattoo on her neck, and that looks like a marijuana leaf. She got some bad edges going on. I know that. What is she? What is she? She don't look Friedman, so I'm good with it. Long as I find out for sure she ain't a Friedman, we'll condemn her to the fullest extent. And if she was a Friedman, she'd catch it too. What'd you say, Sister Yvette? I have a daughter, didn't know. At 13, you had the stuff to make babies. Oh boy. That's keeping it tight right there, Sister Yvette. And there's a lot of kids that grew up. Look, yeah, you got organs, you do them to do that, but a lot of kids grew up, they didn't even understand that equipment didn't come till later, when it was right there the whole time. Right there the whole time. She got a plea deal. She's Latina, yeah. She got more than a plea deal. No jail time. Agreed. Is that Malcolm? Agreed. Yeah, some of these young girls are having their menstrual cycles as early as 10 now. And there's been some that have been impregnated, unfortunately, at 10. How do you drop that charge? How do child sexual predators get to make deals? You raped a child. How do you get to make a deal? How do you get to sit in court and say, hey, look, I know I did this. You know, I mean, how do you get to sit with lawyers, prosecutor, and the judge and say, hey, look, I know I did this. I know I violated this child. I know I took this child's peace. I took this child's spirit. I altered this child physically and mentally. I know I did this. I'm 20 years older, 30 years older, 40 years older. I did this. I know I did this. But hey, how about this? How about I not go to jail, but I'll do this? What? What? How do you get to make a deal when you are a predator of a child? The victim's family didn't want him to testify. I've heard that before. Yeah, you can plea down. You can plea down to where they don't make the kid testify. We have that right here in Washington. I have to worry about him hearing. He blocked me on everything, so I don't have to worry about him hearing it. Not that I care, because everybody knows where I sit with Nate, and they know that I don't sit with Nate. I don't sit with predators. Sorry. I don't want you around me. I don't want you around my kids. I don't want you around my grandkids. Ain't gonna be no plea deals. Predators don't hang around my grandchildren. They can't enter my grandchildren's space. No. Sorry. Where I'm at in this world is a little bit different mentally. When it comes to somebody violating a child, sorry, there's no deal. No deal. I'm too old to ever be like appointed a judge. But I'd be the worst judge for child sexual predators. No deal. No plea deals. What you talking about? The boy was living with it. Where his parents at? The boy was living with her. Yeah. Yep. I'm just going to tell the family, like, look, let me sit on the end. I need to sit on the end because I've been having to go to the bathroom a lot lately. And as soon as they get in court, I'm coming over the wall. I'm not trying to go through the swinging doors. See, by the time you go through the swinging doors, the bailiffs, they done made their way to you. Nope, I'm coming over the wall. It's like we used to jump the fence when we was kids. 2 hands, swing our legs over. I'm coming over the wall. And I ain't even got to do that. Them walls in court be kind of low. All I got to do is sit one cheek firmly on the wall and spin myself. And by the time my feet on the ground, I got my arm around the suspect's neck. Sorry. That's where I'm at with it. I got my arm where I need to have my arm. I'm going to reach out and touch someone. It can't be no family member of mine. Y'all not going to be able to get this court case gone. I'm coming up in here today. You might not let me come in, but I'm going to send another fool the next day. They're going to end up having that whole court case with a clear room because we coming in wrong. Something happened to one of mine. That whole courtroom, they'll be like, we got to do a closed session. We ain't going to be able to do nothing in here with nobody. That's the way that's going to be. Yep. She was playing mama to him. Yeah, breastfeeding. Straight up breastfeeding. She needs to go to jail. All right. I done broke my promise and I done went over. Now I'm at 70 minutes. What can I talk about for 70 minutes without without no notes, without no nothing. What can I talk about for 70 minutes? See, that's the problem with my message. On a $70,000, what? How do they figure out these bonds? 70,000. How'd she get a 70,000 bond? I'm gonna put that up just because I like what you said when you said mayonnaise. See, that's wordsmithing right there. That's wordsmithing right there. He said mayonnaise. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Mayonnaise. See, sometimes I be thinking it's in my mind. It didn't say it in my mind.
In my mind.
Mm-mm. It just ain't in my mind. No. He said mayonnaise. I'm right there with you. I know exactly what you meant there. Hopefully I am pronouncing that correctly, Malka. And welcome to the chat. I ain't seen you in the stream before. Welcome to the chat. We got a small outfit over here. We don't have a whole lot of people in the chat. I ain't banging out like a lot of these big podcasters, a lot of these content casters. I'm a content creator. I'm not a content caster. I make all this up. It's coming all off the dome. I'll have no notes in here. It's all me. Hopefully you'll come back. Hopefully you have subscribed to Freedman Media. Subscribe and hit that bell. We ain't asking for no money today. Maybe tomorrow, but not today. I'm gonna get you some music before I get out of here, Sister Yvette. Absolutely. But you are right. Mayonnaise. I like it. I like it. From melanated to mayonnaise. We knew him when. All right. So yeah, I've had a pretty decent stream here, I think. I haven't seen a lag from Facebook. I'm right in tune. Facebook comes about 6 seconds later, I think. Twitter, it's weird. It goes dead. I mean, maybe it's just what I have the device on, but it is what it is. That's all I can do, Sister Yvette. That's all I know. That's all I know. And if what I know, oh, I'm sorry. Malka is a she. Sorry about that. Oh, much love, sister. Much love. That name, but the name is powerful. So I guess I was being a patriarch. I guess I thought, because a lot of, most of the people who actually watch my streams are women. I don't know why I wouldn't have thought that. I don't know. Brothers don't like my stream, man. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about brothers not liking the stream. They act like they can't listen to me, It's all good. But a lot of they ladies be listening to me. So maybe that's what it is. I don't want no lady out here getting assaulted by her man because she listening to me on a stream. But I told a couple, I'm like, stop telling your dude you be watching my streams and stuff. He don't even mess with me like that. And I don't really be messing with them like that. But women find that, like, I don't know, with this competitive thing, I'm not all into that. Ain't nobody competing with me, dog. Ain't nobody competing with me. And I don't look for competition. Come on, man. Come on, man. That ain't even me. But Malka is a she naturally. I like that. I like naturally. And I take that natural serious. If you listen to the stream a little bit, you see where I am with natural versus not natural. Yes. Instead, Serrano will be registered as a sex offender. But KKTV reported that could still face 10 years to life of sex offender intensive. What? Wait a minute. Sex offender intensive supervised probation. What does that mean? Sex offender intensive supervised probation. I don't know what that means. Because sex offenders ain't even supposed to be on the internet. That's how I don't even know how Nate got a show. How Nate get on the internet? He ain't supposed to be on the internet. You're not supposed to be on the internet when you're a sexual predator. How do you get on the show? How do you get a show? How do they let him broadcast? Maybe he's able to do his broadcast because his words be backwards and they can't really make out the words because the words be backwards. So maybe that's how he's able to flip the system. He's able to flip the metaverse. He's looking at the metaverse in reverse. Maybe that's how it is. Maybe the metaverse is in reverse and that's how he ain't supposed to be able to be on the internet. Sexual predators don't get them rights. They take all that away. They don't want you looking at child porn, all that craziness. How you get on the internet? How you get on these intrawebs? I don't want nobody dwelling that's to mess with kids where I can dwell. You can't go where I can go. If you done robbed and stole and raped and murdered, you shouldn't be able to walk in the same lane. There should be like a non-rape, non-murder, non-robber lane. I should be able to walk in that lane with full impunity. You can't go over here. And if you go over into that non-rape, murder, robbing lane, then they should make you wear a device where you get shot when you walk in that lane. I don't want you walking in my lane, dog. I don't want you walking in my lane. You robbed, you stole, you raped, you murdered. You and me are not the same. You and me ain't the same, dog. And there ain't no rehabilitation for raping somebody. There ain't no rehabilitation for that. There ain't no rehabilitation for cold blood murder. When you know you didn't have to do what you did, it wasn't in self-defense and you just did it, ain't no rehabilitation for that. None. You go take somebody's stuff that you know ain't your stuff, that's wrong. Ain't no rehabilitation for that. Sorry. Now, I got Brother Ellie on there when he first got in office. We've talked on the phone and whatnot, but if I bring him on, I can't bring him on the way I brought him on before. I got to bring him on and talk about his affiliations, associations, and his obligations to these organizations. I got to talk like that. So I talk like that, I might be able to get him back on the show. You know what I'm saying? I talk like that because he liked them slick talkers. He liked them talkers with the sauce. He liked them talkers with the sauce. Y'all need to get the hell out of here with that. So, yeah, I never put the invite for him to come back out. Got a lot of business he's taking care of out here. So I'm letting him do his thing. I got more pressing issues dealing with the Ann Arbor public school system. We'll be talking about that very soon because there's some things happening in Pathways High School that are not just. And we got to talk about that. They violating kids over there, violating young women, violating trans kids, gay kids, black kids, as usual. Black kids going to get violated, even in Ann Arbor. 10%. They still figure out where we at and be like, nigga, 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 nigga. Gotcha. But all kinds of kids getting violated over at Pathways, and we going to talk about it. And we going to name names because I got names. I got positions. I kind of know the hierarchy of it all. We're going to break that down. We're going to break that down real soon, because we back. Unless DTE decide to act a fool. Watch DTE cut me off right in the middle of a stream for talking shit. They'll be like, take this.
In my mind.
That's where I be thinking. I be like, you know what? They just going to cut my stream off one day for talking shit. And then my next stream gonna come back and be like, and Freedman Media is brought to you by Consumers Energy. If Consumer Energy takes out an advertisement on Freedman Media, we're gonna start endorsing them for real. We're gonna start endorsing them for real. Because I think we need to be on that anyway. I think DT done got too comfortable. Looks like the Attorney General looked like she decided to say something right after I said something. I be tagging them in my videos and stuff. And, I know they see the stuff. They can act like they don't, but they got assistants who be watching the videos. I've been talking about the DTE situation. I've been talking about the child migrant worker situation. And I know Big Gretch, Dana Dane, been watching my stuff. If they don't watch it, their assistants watch it. I put them in too many different places. And I got friends in low places. They don't want to see a dead body. They don't want to see a dead body.
Y'all want to see a dead body?
No, they don't want to see a dead body. Come on now. Stop starting stuff, Yvette. Stop starting stuff. Because you know if I ask.
Y'all want to see a dead body?
Yeah, I'm going to have to show one. I'm going to have to show one. I'm going to have to show one. So I'm going to go from bad to good. This right here, it's not for us. We need to start talking down. Every time they start talking up a statue, a skate park, a street name, when one of us is murdered, we talk that down and we talk more about qualified immunity. We talk about qualified immunity. What's up, Ange? That's what we need to talk about. When they want to talk about a skate park, when they want to talk about a statue, when they want to talk about a memorial, we want to talk about qualified immunity. Damn them statues, damn them parks, street names, any of it. We don't want to talk about that. That's it. Qualified immunity, period. That's all we want to talk about. Every time we accept something like this, and this ain't even a guarantee, it say they may make a skate park name. We might do it. Then again, we might not. We might name it after somebody else. Why even put it out there? You know why they put it out there? Because it's a headline grabber. You know why it's a headline grabber? Because black murder is the best headline in America. Been that way for a lot of years. A lot of years. A lot of years. Pat, we got a park in Ann Arbor that they can't figure out the name of, and I think the name of the park should be R. Rosser Park. Ain't nobody contesting it, but ain't nobody putting it on the table either. And anytime I want to talk to somebody that's supposed to be connected directly, indirectly to the police department, to the city of Ann Arbor, they want to shut that down. Now, we don't want to talk about R. Rosser because that means we got to open that case back up. Visually, spiritually, mentally, we've got to open that case back up. No, just name the park after Ara. We know what it means. We know what it means. R. Rosser Park. And they know they should name that park after her. You ain't got another name to name it R. Rosser Park. Period. There you go. There you go. I like the way you think, Malcolm. I like the way. I'm trying to tell y'all, we building something here. It's going to take a little while to get all them crazy numbers, but I don't care about the numbers. I care about the thoroughness of the people who catch the message. If the people who catch the message move the message, that's all I need. That's all I need. So when people know where I'm from, and I'm looking at reparative justice on a national level, now they're starting to talk about it on a local level. Yep, and as a matter of fact, I got to go back in because I backed out and lost all my information. I am applying to be on the council, not the council, but the like a task force for local reparations, even though that's the first thing I'm going to help work on. We need to stop calling it reparations on a local end. That's what I'm going to first, if I get on or not, I'm still going to push for that. They need to change the name of it because no city, town, county, township, whatever, state can receive, can disperse reparations. That is a national debt. But what states can do, what counties can do, what townships can do, what cities and towns can do is they can put together some initiatives for societal harms, social harms, not racial harms, because anybody can start jumping in on the racial tip. We're talking about lineage-based harms, just like they should be on reparations for national. This is for people whose people are buried here. They want to set up some different situations for some people that don't have any bones buried here. Definitely don't call it reparations. Just call it something that y'all giving some immigrants. But don't call it reparations. Immigrants don't get reparations. Don't get it, don't deserve it, don't need it. Coming here is their reparations. And that's where you should cut it. But you don't cut it there. You subsidize them all the way to a $500,000 house. I get it. but a lot of people don't. But see, the fact that I get it, that's why I'm here. That's why I got this. That's why I got these folks. And that's why we're going to keep this message going. Only thing that can stop me is not having internet. That's the only thing that can stop me. So now that I got internet back, now that the LTE done lightened up and I can do stuff in the car, I was even getting blocked in the car. Everybody was using LTE. I couldn't find a, long-term evolution. I couldn't find none. Couldn't even get short-term evolution. But now where we at, we back on the Wi-Fi tip. And as long as I'm coming through this box or whatever box y'all seeing me or hearing me on, the message is always going to be thorough. Now you done kept me in it for 85 minutes, almost 86 minutes. I don't know what we've been talking about. I don't talk about nothing. I'm crazy. All you do is cuss and smoke and this and that. And I don't even cuss that much no more. Still gonna smoke. Still gonna smoke. As a matter of fact, let me go clean for a minute because I don't feel like twisting nothing up. But I appreciate everybody in the space today. I came back up here to test it. But y'all know me. If I'm going to test it, I'm going to test it. Because I'm testy. And I'm a man. And I have testes. Naturally, Malka. Naturally. So, now we're going to go to good. KJ Osborne. It's what I started with. It's what I'm going to end with. This young man from this area is a hero, not because he wears a number on his front and his back, but because he reached outside of himself and pulled a man from a burning car and saved that man's life, all while putting his life, his career, his stability, his financial security for his family on the line. That's where we need to be in life. That's where we need to be. The KJ Osbornes need more love. They need more love. And I'm not saying that Ja Morant needs less love, but KJ Osborne needs more love. He needs more credit doing what he did, especially in today's society. The way they look at anybody that's been elevated to any type of situation, whether it be athletics, entertainment, education, don't matter. We don't hear about all the good they're doing until they're doing bad. So KJ needs his flowers today because he did something, it looks like over the weekend, to put himself in harm's way. To put Sister Val in a situation to where she could have easily been on the other side of something. Versus talking about a young man's promising career, being able to take care of his family, to getting affairs in order. So I thank Val for raising KJ the way she did. And like I said, all the positive men in his life. I don't know his father, don't know his father's around. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but I never met him. So I know Val. So I'm going to talk about Val because I know Val. But the thing is, right here, this man right here did something that not a lot of young men do. Not a lot of young men do in these days. I talk to a lot of young men and they don't do this. They don't do this. They don't step outside themselves. Black Seed, my brother. He stepped outside of himself and did something that I know some people would say, he did the unthinkable. No, it's not the unthinkable. We just don't do it enough anymore. We don't think outside of ourselves anymore. Not as a collective. And we need to get back to that. So everybody, I appreciate you checking this stream out. 37 seconds before 90 minutes. 90 minutes strong. I'm 90 minutes strong. This was a strong 90 minutes. But this is a test. This is only a test. So y'all be good. I'm loving the fact that I'm back up. I'm loving the fact that the folks who was riding with me pre-power outage are back with me, and a couple new ones, it looks like. Malka, awesome. Great to always have you back. Sister Fatex, all the regulars, Free, Ty, Shanna, Ree, and of course, Sister Yvette coming back from that thing. We good. I love y'all. And who is that that's in there new? Ange came through today. Brother Richard came through today. Look at that. Black Seed's coming through. I know Black Seed grinding. Sister Pat Lesko, thanks for coming through. I'm just acknowledging the ones who actually put something in the digital saying. Some other people probably watching and didn't say nothing, but that's okay. I love y'all. I love the lurkers. I don't say I got haters because I ain't got nothing to hate. You either like me or you don't. You can hate, but I don't know what you hating. How you gonna hate a God? Don't hate a God, because I'm not a God. I'm a God.
You know, this revolution is filled with so many ironies, really. First, you tell us that it is manly to keep your word, right? If you are a man, you keep your word. And now all of the black people in this country are demanding, and even the black people in the whole world are demanding, is that you keep your word. You told us we were free. Well, then show us that we're free. You told us that there is justice, equality for all in this country. Well, then stick to your word and let us see the justice and equality for all. Or else admit to us that you're not a man. You're a word. You're afraid of us. You're afraid to give us equal stand. You're afraid that if you give us equal ground, that we will match you and we will override you.
Appreciate y'all, family. Appreciate you, Malka. And I'm correct on that now. We know they out here. Welcome back, Ree. We can't change the world unless we change ourselves.
You can kill all the black folks you want to, baby. But you will not kill the freedom of black folks. It's coming. We're going to get it. We fought every one of your damn lousy wars, lady, and you give us nothing. Now, the war is going to be here, but we're going to be free. Now, you kill you want to, but we kill too.
Peace, y'all.